Purim is somewhat of a mystery. What is so special about Purim? V'zichram lo Yosef mizaram. And Chazal say, Kol ha'moedim hasidim nisbatel. But Purim will be with us forever. In the next life, in the end of days. What is unique about Purim? And we also find, Chazal teach us in Masechet Shabbos, Hodor kibluhu biyamei Achashverosh. There was a time of renewed devotion, renewed dedication, and is as if, once again, they stood at the foot of the mountain of Har Sinai, and once again they cried out, Nase v'nishma. We don't find that by Chanukah. So what was so special about Purim? That Purim brought them all the way back to Har Sinai. Rashi writes in Masechet Shabbos Daf Bezayin, Hodor kiblu b'mei Achashverosh ma'ahavat haneis. But they had many miracles before. So just a thought, come to think of it, we have three momentous events in our early history that we are to remember forever. First and foremost, the only one that is midioraisa, that is minatayra, that is a biblical precept, is Yetzias Mitzrayim. Sholosh Regolim, all are a zeicha Yetzias Mitzrayim. Each of them a different stage, a different aspect of Yetzias Mitzrayim. But they're all about Yetzias Mitzrayim, about the miracles, the supernatural miracles, from the first to the last, from A to Z, above and beyond the realm of natural phenomena. And then we have Chanukah. And Chanukah was a war, and they were victorious in a miraculous way. But there also was the Nes Pach HaShemen, which was supernatural, beyond the realm of nature. And then we have Purim. And Purim was a totally natural Nes. No Pach Shemen, nothing beyond the realm of nature. So what is so unique about Purim? The danger to our people. Purim was the greatest danger ever. So the Egyptians in Golas Mitzrayim weren't out to totally annihilate and destroy the Jewish people. Terrible decrees, but they weren't there to kill us all. And the salvation, Geolas Mitzrayim, we paid a terrible price. Hundreds of years of pain and suffering and slavery, probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of lives lost. Kol haben haya loid le'oiro teshlichenu. Chanukah. There was no decree to destroy the people. Yes, terrible decrees. L'ashkicham terosecho, la'avira machuk ritzenecho. But our very being, our very existence was not a nature. And we had an ace, but we paid a price. War, many casualties. Half of Matisyahu's children were killed in battle. Purim, our very existence was in danger. And from Haman to Hitler, nobody ever planned a final solution. So the danger we were in, B'yamei Achashverosh, was far greater than the Yevonim, the Greeks, or the Egyptians in Golas Mitzrayim. And the salvation was a total one. No Jew was killed. And so the danger, the Zakon on one hand, was greater than ever before. And the salvation, yes, nothing supernatural. There was no makas dama, no makas tzvadeya, no choshech and no makas b'choros. But the Geula was total. And not even one Jew lost his life. And that is special about Purim. From the depths of despair, the greatest danger a nation could ever face, to the total salvation. Ahavas anes. And we saw how much HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us. And Rachamei Shemayim, limitless. And that has brought them once again to a total devotion and a total dedication. V'hodor kibluhu b'yamei Achashverosh. And Purim is also the time that is so important for us to remember in Galus. Because there was no neis lamala mederach hateva. It was a miracle in disguise, a miracle in concealment. HaKadosh Baruch Hu did not show his face, but everyone realized that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was in control. And this amazing, unbelievable chain of events and everything that seemed to spell tragedy for the Jews, in retrospect, was part of the nes, part of the miracle, and part of their salvation. When Haman learned that Chodesh Adar is the day in which his terrible decree will be carried out, he was jubilant, he was so happy. This is the month in which Moshe Rabbeinu died. He didn't know that this is our magnificent Mazel Dika month, because that is the month in which Moshe Rabbeinu was born. Thousands of girls and women were taken to the palace for that crazy king just to fulfill his lust. And each and every one of them tried to be appealing and beautiful. Shisha Chadoshim b'Shem and Amor. Shisha Chadoshim b'Tamru Ke'anoshim. And only one little girl asked for nothing. Kedosha v'Tahira, pure and a tzaddikus, growing up in the home of the Godel Ador, of the Tzaddik Ador. And Esther asked for nothing. She wants nothing. She does not want to be appealing. And out of the thousands, that crazy king Achashverosh chose Esther. Could we just imagine the tragedy? And the Jewish people were shocked. How could this be? Of the thousands, each of them trying to be as appealing as possible. And only Esther was sitting in her corner saying Tehillim all day and all night. And she was the one chosen. Spelled tragedy. And then the Eitz Gavoya Chamisha Mamun, that was a skyscraper. You couldn't leave your house without seeing that tall Eitz, the gallows prepared for Mordechai. And each of these events turned out to be part of Yeshua's Hashem Keheref Ayin. And that is a lesson that is so important for us in Galus. We've been through 2 painful years in Israel, a terrible war. Thousands of young kids paid with their lives, thousands of families broken, and it'll never be the same for them. And the rise of anti-Semitism in the entire Jewish world, and that is the way the nes of Purim is so important. Yes, we do not see miracles beyond the realm of nature. I wish we would. If all our Arab enemies would have makes b'choiris, yeah, that would change everything, but it's not going to happen, and don't expect it to happen. Because this is Achros Hayomim. V'anochi hastir astir ponai. And that is why it is so important to remember the story of Purim. Within the realm of nature, Kodesh Baruch Hu is here. And his love is always with us. And yes, he'll take care of us. And we will be zeicher to see Nisim v'neflois. Horachaman. The Ramo says, if you forgot al Nisim and Berchas Hamazon, you say Horachaman, hu yasalanu Nisim v'neflois kishem shosiso laviseinu b'yom ha'meim b'zman hazeh. We should once again see miracles. And we should be zeicher b'korov b'yameinu. U'mola ha'oretz deos Hashem kemayim liyam machasim. We should be zeicher b'korov to see Pnei Mashiach Tzedkeinu.